Now, that is a great idea.
This, of course, was vigorously pursued. There were all sorts of interesting attempts made, many of them taking off vertically, like rockets.
America lifts the security veil from the Ryan X-13, a jet plane that solves the problem of runways by just not needing one. The X-13 uses a vertical takeoff, and that's no mere gimmick.
Well, actually it was. These tail-sitters were notoriously difficult to land because the pilot was lying on his back, unable to see. Not to be outdone,
Britain pitched in with its best early effort, which was this contraption, known as the flying bedstead for obvious reasons. It could hover, but little else. It did show, though, that it was possible to put the pilot in such a way that he could see where he was going.
With the flying bedstead, Britain makes another valuable contribution to the advance of jet aviation.
After worldwide investment of millions of dollars and francs and Deutschmarks and rubles and possibly even a few zlotys, the world's first fully operational true VTOL aircraft finally arrived, and it was, of course, the Harrier from Britain.
the design of the Harrier is inspired. It uses a single engine, albeit a bloody powerful one, with 4 movable nozzles that direct the thrust downwards for vertical takeoff and then swing backwards for normal flight.
It's an outstandingly elegant solution to the problem, and the idea was first outlined by one Michel Wibo. That's Michel as in a boy's name. That's right, he was French.
But Monsieur Wibo then had a large cup of coffee and became too jittery to take the idea any further. Instead, it took tea-drinking and pipe-smoking British genius to make it work, and in 1966, the production Harrier lifted into the air for the first time. It's one of the most revolutionary aircraft designs of all time. It's so good that it's been in service with the RAF for 40 years and is currently serving with great distinction in Afghanistan. But VTOL is not without its own foibles, as I'm about to find out in the expert hands of Flight Lieutenant Fraz Barley.
Morning, morning.
Right then, James.
Yep.
It's a takeoff, not like any normal aeroplane. Timing's good, IGVs are good. Water to take off. You all ready?
Yep. 80 degrees of nozzles. Whoa! Well, hey! Crikey! That was great.
It takes a lot of skill to fly the Harrier. When it's hovering, the entire weight of the aeroplane is being supported by the thrust from just 4 jet nozzles.
That's really weird.
The wings are utterly useless. In fact, they're worse than useless. They're dead weight. So that's 8 tons of aeroplane balanced on a column of expelled gas.
Does that ever stop amazing you?
Not really, actually. It's the strangest feeling.
But you only share that with other Harrier pilots, don't you? Because no
Yes,
other
you do.
aeroplane does it.
Exactly that.
That's terrific. God, do you get to do this every day?
Every day.
You lucky soul.
Turn the nozzles backwards and you have a normal aeroplane once more. And in combat, and in the right hands, it can pull a stunt that no other aircraft can match. A VIF, that is, vectoring in forward flight, pointing the nozzles forwards. in effect flying flat out and then slamming it into reverse gear. And to demonstrate, we need an assistant Harrier. Tom Cruise? Top Gun? My foot.
Okay, I'm about to bring the nozzles in, and you watch how quickly we decelerate, okay?
Okay.
Just make sure you're ready.
Yeah, right. Oh! Bloody hell!
He just goes shooting out in front of us.
It's like flying into a giant marshmallow or something, isn't it? Bye, chaps. That's remarkable. So what did our airspeed drop to then?
Dropped to about 250 from 400.
Good God, so now you could just shoot him down.
Oddly, despite my encouragement, he wouldn't.
So that's where the real Harrier skill comes then, it's that nozzle management bit.
Yes, it is. Very much so.
And that's quite tricky.
Yes. Well, I mean, obviously we take the best guys onto the course here, and even then not all of them make it.
So the cream of the RAF's fighter pilots get to fly the Harrier, and not all of those get through the course.
Exactly that.
So that's a measure of how tricky it is, really.
It is fairly difficult, I have to say.
So that's 80 degrees of nozzle you just
Yeah,
whacked
that's
in.
the hover stop.
Wow, that's a very weird thing. We're still in the air, but we've stopped. That's not right.
Second one has been open. Second check.
That is genuinely uncanny.
The Harrier is the only jet able to pull this VTOL stunt. But it does have its problems. For a start, unless you are a very gifted pilot, there's no guarantee you'll even get it off the ground.